I thought it was a great performance. You know, I thought I did what I wanted in the ring. I thought I picked it up when I wanted to. I thought I banged when I wanted to, boxed real well. I don't.
Power you carry with Pacquiao. We forget about a guy like that. He used to be a jockey. And what did he do? He carried his power and he carried his speed, obviously, as the smaller man. Crawford carries his speed, he carries his power. And the most important thing is what's inside of Crawford. He's a special guy. He doesn't believe you can beat him. It's hard to beat a guy who doesn't believe.
Still would be running myself in the dirt because I always felt like if I put more days in work, then I got just as much.
After delivering one of the greatest wins of his career against Canelo Alvarez, Terence "Bud" Crawford may have just dropped subtle hints about an unexpected retirement. Moments after solidifying his place among boxing's all-time greats, a series of cryptic messages began circulating, leaving fans stunned. At the height of his career, Crawford seems to be signaling that he has nothing left to prove, having dominated a legend and cemented his status as the undisputed king of the ring.
That ninth round came, you got into your stance, you got lost. Oh, he finna try to bang with him. And you had those exchanges. And did that just happen, or you knew when that bell rang, that ninth round, I'm finna try to see, I'm gonna test him?
No, I just knew just to pick it up because, you know, it was getting close to the championship rounds. And I just wanted to make sure that, you know, I set a tone that I was in charge.
He made a big mistake at the end of that round, though.
Yeah.
He reached out and acknowledged that he shook his head and...
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Yeah, we ain't doing that.
And he really made the first mistake at the weigh-in.
Yeah.
People don't understand. Like, that don't mean everything. That don't mean that Terence is gonna win the fight or whoever gonna win the fight. But when you break that steer, it wasn't just him breaking the steer first. He reached his hand out to you at the weigh-in. I said, ooh-wee. Then he did it again in the ninth round. When he did it in the ninth round, I say, yeah, this fight, it ain't over, but it's over. He got his respect, and that's really what he came here to get. You seen him do that, right?
Yeah. I walked away.
Yeah.
I walked off.
Yeah. What was you thinking when he tried, when you seen that concession?
I'm like, man, we ain't touching no hands.
But did you think like, oh, I got it?
No, I didn't think nothing. I already knew I had him. I felt like I was winning all the rounds except, you know what I mean, one. I felt like he could have got the, you know what I mean, what was it, the fifth round? You know what I mean? But all the other rounds, I'm like, I'm in control.
Terence Crawford looks poised to make the ultimate statement, stepping away from boxing as an undefeated king. Was his historic victory the perfect mic drop moment? Or could there still be another chapter in his legendary career? On September 13th, 2025, Crawford entered the ring to secure his legacy, knowing the risk was immense. One loss could have stained a flawless record. Instead, he didn't just win, he dominated. With a breathtaking mix of speed, precision, and power, Crawford dismantled the sport's biggest name, delivering a performance that will be remembered for generations.
Came a fight where Crawford made it where Canelo, to have any chance, he had to go get close. So he had to go through a bad neighborhood.
Yep.
And Crawford mugged him. It's that simple. He had to go through a bad neighborhood to get anything done, to get to the place that something was going to be done good.
Yeah.
And he got mugged going through that neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Well, if I think about it, if I do come back, can you train me?
We're not even,
Please. I'm asking you right now if I do.
Do they have commercials on this thing?
After the fight, fellow boxer Blair Cobbs revealed he believed Canelo was hurt multiple times and could have been stopped late, a testament to Crawford's total dominance. That victory made history, as Crawford became the first male fighter in the modern four-belt era to unify championships in 3 different weight divisions. He had reached the absolute peak, leaving no doubt about his greatness. Yet, even before the opening bell against Canelo, whispers of uncertainty surrounded his future. In a May 27th interview with Sporting News Australia, when asked if this could be his final fight, Crawford responded with a knowing smile and just 5 words that shook the boxing world. Who knows? We shall see.
Not looking past this fight, and you take things one step at a time, but is there a chance that this is your last fight?
Who knows? We shall see.
At the time,
First, Crawford's vague answers about retirement seemed like standard pre-fight focus. But in hindsight, they were the first real signs he was considering walking away. The Canelo bout was his ultimate crossroads. A win would be the perfect ending. And after dominating and unifying yet again, his post-fight response only deepened the mystery. When asked if fans had just seen his last fight, Crawford simply said he didn't know and would discuss it with his team. No promises, no plans. Just silence from a man who had reached the top. That pause spoke louder than any words, leaving the boxing world wondering if his greatest victory was also his farewell.
What are we boxing for at this point? What else is there to do? There's always going to be a YouTuber or a reporter or somebody conjuring up another challenge. We box to get ourselves in a better financial position, to build a name and a legacy. Those boxes are checked. What else are we doing? Why are we still in the game?
Just a few weeks later, on September 30th, Terence Crawford joined Andre Ward on the All the Smoke Fight podcast, where he finally shed light on his mindset. When asked about his future, Crawford admitted he hadn't even sat down with his team yet, saying he was just taking it easy for now. But he also hinted that his family's wishes were clear, a subtle sign that stepping away from the sport might be closer than fans think.
But then when you get to that point where you know, like, oh, I can take a rest day because, let my muscles, recover so I can get more out of it. In this fight, I ain't gonna get tired. I've been here before. I put the work in. That was always my fear, is being in a fight and getting tired to where I couldn't perform.
He never explicitly stated what their desire was, but
Crawford didn't spell out exactly what his family wanted, but the message was clear. Those closest to him, the people who've seen the sacrifices, the brutal training camps, and the toll the sport takes, may be ready for him to walk away. Boxing doesn't just test the fighter, it tests everyone around them. And for a man who's reached the peak of success, secured his legacy, and stayed healthy, his family might see now as the perfect moment to step away for good.
Oh, when it's time to hang it up.
When I want to. I'm going to retire from boxing before I let boxing retire me. I always said that I'm going to retire on my own terms, and I'm going to feel good because everything that I did it my way. Whether it took me however many years to get to the point where I'm at, I did it my way. A lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can criticize me and say, oh, well, he re-signed with Top Rank and he's this, he's that. But at the time, that was the best move for me in my career.
As someone who retired as an undefeated champion himself, Andre Ward approached the discussion with genuine understanding. He spoke about the rare privilege of leaving boxing with both an unblemished record and good health, something only a few legends ever achieve. Rather than offering advice, Ward's questions carried the quiet weight of experience, subtly encouraging Crawford to think about what truly matters once the fighting stops.
Important to you to retire unbeaten? Oh yeah, man, listen. I can be a sore winner and a sore loser. Like, I'm that competitive. Like, I don't like to lose at anything. If I had a loss on my record right now, I probably think about it daily. Probably be something I have to work through daily. Like, man, if I'd have just, So I'm glad I got that.
Gotta rank him probably in your top 10, maybe even your top 5.
Where do you rank Terence, in your opinion?
I put him in the top 15, maybe the top 10. Because he definitely has the skill of a top 5. Just that he hasn't had the opposition that some guys were able to get. And that's not his fault. He just made one of the best fighters in his weight class look like nobody. That's pretty damn good. Now he proved what we already thought. We just didn't see him against the best opposition near his weight class. See, this is the thing people don't understand. This is what I like about Bud. He reminds me of Roy. We ain't got to have the best opposition in our weight class. We want the best opposition near our weight class.
There's been discussion that maybe, Crawford and Inoue are going back and forth tussling for pound for pound, that maybe Inoue, because of the multiple weight divisions. You're shaking your head no. Tell me why no.
Because Inoue also, when he first moved up, he lost to Donaire. Don't forget that. Bud ain't lost nobody. Moving up or down, he moved up 3 times. He lost nobody. Don't tell me he better than Bud.
While his family's influence was undeniable, the boxing community itself remained split. The argument for retirement was clear. Crawford had achieved perfection, a spotless 42-0 record, and a legacy that didn't need anything more. Many legends, including Roy Jones Jr., urged him to step away at the top, preserving his greatness rather than risking the slightest blemish on an otherwise flawless career.
Where they come from and what makes them who they are, both in and out of the ring, and that's why I respect a lot of the guys. I didn't say all of that, but I said, I did say that I respect it. Like I said, you would think that the way my fight ended with Terence, that I would have animosity towards him or that I would dislike him. I said I know who he is. And so beyond what we did.
Even former rivals like Sean Porter, who experienced Crawford's brilliance up close, agreed that he had already proven everything there was to prove. For Porter and many others, Crawford had reached a point where continuing would add risk, not legacy.
All I see is that the best thing for him to do now is to retire. No, I don't think that he'll fight again. I know Crawford. I've spoke to him numerous times. I've called him out numerous times. I even said, yo, man, you might as well just come with me, man. Train me then, motherfucker. You know what I mean? God damn. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
So you giving a call out to Bomac. You want to go to that team?
Well, I like for somebody like me, I would appreciate somebody like Crawford when it comes to his mentorship.
Yeah.
You know, his mentorship. Because to tell you the truth, there's a lot of things that I'm going through in boxing that he's going through. Maybe not on the level of me.
Yeah.
But he's gone through a lot of that stuff. There's been a lot of doors that shut in his face, even though he was great, even though he proven himself many times over. There's many doors that shut in his face, and delays over the top of delays for the Earl Spence fight. There was all kinds of things that happened with Crawford. You know, is reason why I respect him probably more than most people and most fighters. He didn't.
Legendary trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas cautioned Crawford against the age-old mistake of staying in the ring one fight too long, urging him to protect his perfect ending. Even Blair Cobbs, who places Crawford just behind Muhammad Ali as the second greatest fighter ever, shared the same sentiment. Having spoken with Crawford personally, Cobbs expressed deep respect for a champion who took the hardest road to greatness, and believes there's no better time for him to walk away on top.
Don't play with my boy. It's over with. It's over with. I told the whole world, pay me. Suckers. Retire, bud. Retire, bud. It's over. You ain't got nothing else to prove. Let's go fishing, bud. Let's go fishing, bud. Retire. Yeah. It's over with.
Predictions about Crawford's future were everywhere. Fellow champ Stephen Fulton even said before the fight that if Crawford won, retirement would likely follow. But on the flip side, the temptation of huge paydays and more glory remained strong. A rematch with Canelo could bring another 9-figure payday, and new challenges awaited at middleweight. The debate continued. Safeguard a flawless legacy or risk everything for even greater fortune.